Hello, everybody. Welcome to Kinetic Aesthetic. I hope that you are all having a great week, and I hope that your Friday is going good. To start things off, I'm going to give you all a thought experiment. Picture yourself as Michael B. Jordan. You are one of the biggest actors in the world. You have been in multiple A-plus movies that have just done numbers at the box office. You're a heartthrob. You are literally an A-list Hollywood actor. Now, imagine you are at the BAFTAs. That is the British acting awards. It's basically like their equivalent of the Oscars, is what I would assume. And you were up there with another one of your co-stars from the movie. I can't I can't think of how to pronounce his name exactly off the top of my head right now, but you're both up there, you're on stage. You are there to highlight and celebrate just how great of a year that you have had, especially based off that movie Sinners. And while you're up there presenting an award, you randomly hear the word nigger or the N word. I don't know which one of those I should probably be using on Spotify. I don't know if they're going to demonetize me or mad at me for saying it. But either way, you hear that word shouted while you were up on stage. Now, if you are like Michael B. Jordan, you are going to be able to hold your cool, you're going to be able to stay calm, and you're going to be able to just play it off. If you were me, it's not going to be that easy. It's not going to be that good. Shit might have hit the fan. Now, to just give y'all some more background, this happened at the BAFTAs. The guy who said it was a man who had Tourette's syndrome. Now, for those of you who are unaware of what Tourette's syndrome is, Tourette's is a disease where you pretty much have tics. Tics where you are liable to shout out just explicits or pretty much words that you don't want to use. I am not an expert on this disease of Tourette's. I'm not somebody that knows exactly how it works or what it's like to be around it. I've never met anyone that had Tourette's, so I can't really give y'all that sort of insight. My first real knowledge of what Tourette's is or what the syndrome entailed was a South Park episode. So I know a bunch of ignorant shit. I know watching Eric Cartman pretend to have it so that he could have an excuse to just say bad words and call classmates bitches and pieces of shit. Now, I'm saying all this to say I don't know too much about it. I've only been able to learn what I've been able to research and what I've been able to see and just literally video testimonials. From what I understand, when you have Tourette's, you are unable to control these tics, and the thing about the tics that makes them so egregious and bad is that it will be things that you are actively trying not to say. Like, you don't want to say these words, you don't want any of this to come out, but it's going to just be blurted out. It's like your brain knows what you're not wanting to say, and it's going to make you say it. It's like that movie Bruce Almighty, where Jim Carrey just couldn't say no to people after he had no problem doing it. So, with that in mind, I do want to start off by saying to the man who had Tourette's, because they were there to honor him. He had a whole movie, so he had gotten nominated for awards. I'm gonna give him a little bit of grace. I'm gonna say, you know what? I'm not mad at you. It rubs me the wrong way. I don't necessarily feel good about it, and it does make me feel weird that he had been around black people that whole night. He had been like, I don't know. I'm not gonna leave that alone. And I'm gonna just say that he deserves grace, and I appreciate that he did come out and say something about it after the fact instead of just staying quiet. Now, the problem with him, because I'm going to get into who deserves more of the blame and who deserves more of our ridicule and ire, but the big part of him that I have an issue with is that when he came out and released the statement, there was never an indication of an apology towards Michael B. Jordan or his co-star. There was never they didn't deserve to have that happen to them up there. They didn't deserve to have all that. His entire apology was focused on, yo, this I have Tourette's. I have a disease. Like, I'm sorry that this happened. You all should go see my movie so you'll be able to understand my disease more. And it was just a lot of promotion and just lack of any type of empathy for the people that up there that actually had to deal with that situation, which is my issue with him. Again, I'm not going to try to bully this motherfucker. I don't think he deserves the most of the blame, But you definitely, it's a choice to make an apology, to come out with any type of statement, and then just completely ignore the two people who were the actual victims in this situation. So with him, I'll leave that at that. He could have just written a poor apology. He probably, I don't know. I'm not gonna try to focus on him. I don't know what to think about that guy. He's got Tourette's, so I'm gonna try to leave him alone the best I can. Now, the real problem, the real people that we should have an issue with, is the network that decided to air this. Because for those of you who are unaware, who didn't know, there was another instance where somebody yelled "Free Palestine," and they said that while they were up accepting awards, and they made the choice to edit that out. They made the choice to edit out the "Free Palestine," but for some reason they thought it was okay to leave in two black people just having the word "nigger" thrown at them while they're up there presenting. I've tried to wrap my head around what would possess a network or a company to do this. I've tried to understand like what they were trying to go for, and to be perfectly honest with you, the only thing I can think of is that they just didn't care. They just did not see protecting black people, especially during Black History Month, as that important in comparison to making sure that they didn't anger certain people with leaving the "Free Palestine" in there. So it's one of those moments where you're just reminded this is what it means to be black in this society. It's not just America, it's not just North America. This is a global thing where being darker skinned leaves you open to disrespects, it leaves you open to marginalization, and it leaves you open to exploitation. And there's not much that, like, if you are a black person, you already know what it is. You already know what the game is. You already know how this shit go. Especially if you're older, when you already seen similar things like this. We don't need to be reminded that we're black. But this can be example, especially for young people, especially for those who aren't really aware, who don't know their history or read the books they're supposed to read. They'll see this and be like, I can't believe they do this. I can't believe they'd be this tone deaf and colorblind. Well, not colorblind, but or just dumb. But I just want to be honest with you. This wasn't a mistake. Like, it wasn't just somebody just being careless and they thought that it would just look good because he's got Tourette's and they can use that as well. No, this was a very, very deliberate action. They chose to just leave that in there and chose to let it air because they knew it was going to get people pissed off. They knew it was going to have motherfuckers talking about it. They knew that it would end up making motherfuckers like me make podcast episodes about it. So, in a sense, they got what they want. That's like, they do shit like that to get us upset, to get us mad, because sometimes it's easier to make money based off negative emotions than positive, which is fucked up, but that's just the way shit goes. Now, in terms of what I think what they should have done, they should have edited it out the same. If you're gonna edit out the "Free Palestine" thing, edit that out too. And honestly, based off what Michael B. Jordan and his co-worker and his co-star has also said about no one really coming up and letting them know that somebody had Tourette's and things like that, despite what the man himself came out and said they announced to the audience before the award ceremony even kicked off. This is just one of those things that just shows you again, never get too comfortable. Never get too comfortable. Never start to buy into that bullshit, the idea that they try to parrot after every notable thing that, oh, racism finally seems to be done. No, it's not. It's not going to die. It's not going to die anytime soon. And at the end of the day, we just have to remind ourselves, this is what it means. This is what it means to be black in this society, on this planet. Because you have to deal with shit like this. Because there was no reason to keep it in. There was no reason not to just edit it out. They chose to allow that to air. They chose to sit there and have those two black men stand up there with that look on their face while they were dealing with that. And you know what? That just shows how much they think of us. That shows what they think of the culture, and that shows why it's so important for us to just remember and not try too hard to be accepted into these areas and rooms. That's all I really got to say about that one. I just wanted to touch on that because it's crazy. It's actually really crazy if they allow something like that to be thrown into air. And I just want to make it clear, as much as motherfuckers want to be mad at the man that had Tourette's, we need to be more mad at the network mad that the man had such a deal that he up there said probably would have gotten out of this street and would have caused controversy. But it's a completely different thing for you to choose to just air that and allow us all to see it. Like, I don't know what the purpose was. I don't know if that was supposed to make us understand Tourettes Sinners more and have more empathy for them. Because all it did was piss a lot of people off. And now you have black people who are understandably upset, who are understandably enraged, who are sitting in cold places to suck up and just get over it. The motherfuckers who don't understand the history and context. Or even if they do,